everyone. How are you today? I'm recording this on a Monday. I don't know when you're watching it. I hope everybody's having a good February so far and a good 2024. Something hit me in the face over the past few days, which I've known before and I've talked about before. The upshot of it is that there is not really a destination in anything major that you're trying to do in your life. There's only the journey. There's a guy, Scott Adams, that talks about systems over goals. That's a kind of a secular way of talking about that. And I was just thinking also, I'm a believer, I'm in the car on the way to meet up with my older son. We're both going to spend time working at a coffee shop and keeping each other focused and accountable. So that's what I'm doing. And I was thinking about Jesus saying, I am the way. And I thought, there's not a time on earth when I'll ever kind of get there. I might hit like a goal weight if we're talking about diet, nutrition, and all of that. But it's not, everybody who's been on that kind of a journey knows it's very rare that you sort of hit a goal weight and then you're liberated, because you hit it because you changed how you were living your life. So the real change is not that you're fitting into your skinny jeans, although, I'm trying to get back into those, and I'll sure celebrate when I do. But I'm not done when I do that. There is no destination. There is only a journey. That's it. And that means that every day that you wake up and you set foot on that path, you are living your life. You're living your best life. I hate that phrase, really, because it's just, none of us deserve a best life. Some of us have a hard time every day putting one foot in front of the other. There's stress. Jesus didn't say, follow me and you're going to get there. People misinterpret that I can do all things through Christ. You have to read what's before that. That means I can endure, imprisonment, shipwrecks, poverty. I can do all that. Not I can achieve all my wildest goals and wildest dreams. That's not what that means. And the only guarantee Jesus ever made is, in this world you will have trouble, but fear not, I have overcome the world. So Jesus pretty much promised every day is going to be a struggle, or most days are going to be a struggle. And in my mind, I guess I keep thinking from my young adulthood, there'll be a day when I've made it. And that's just, I wish I could go back and say, no, there's not a day when you've made it. That's not it. You might have a nice vacation one day, or, nice things might happen to you. But every day, you got to get up and you've got to take a beating. It's just, and you don't know in advance what the beating is going to be. And you got to get up and just do it. And that's just really hitting me. I have friends going through a real hard time. My family's been going through a real hard time. And you get demoralized. Like, when will this hard time be over? And it just occurred to me sitting in church yesterday, who am I to ever expect a hard time to be over? Why do I think that? It might not ever be over. So then what do I do? You can't despair. Where will that get you? It won't get you anywhere. The despair, sometimes it is the life. The getting up and the facing it and things hitting you in the face. That's just what we're all doing. I'm sorry to say it. This is meant to be an encouragement. If I said tomorrow will be better, I don't know. I'd be lying to you. I'd be lying to myself. And every time I've done unhealthy things to cope with the things that keep hitting me in the face, has only made it harder to cope with the next thing hitting me in the face. There's something that could hit me in the face in 5 minutes. I don't know. So the only thing is that I am on the footpath. The only thing is that when Jesus says, I am the way, he's the journey. He's the one I walk with. It's not like you believe in Jesus and then you get to skip all that stuff. It is the stuff. It's the stuff. And yes, I believe in Jesus, and no, I'm not going to expand that to whatever other belief system. You'll have to do that for yourself, because for me, knowing that Jesus is with me on the path and that he is the path is the most important thing in my life. And I apply this when I talk in this to you guys here about eating choices and meat and dairy and carb addiction and all that kind of stuff. You know, we talk through all of that because Jesus has provided healing, and because he's provided a way for me to not be hungry. If I don't put other things on the throne, and that includes little tiny things for little tiny ways that I feel better. In every single detail, he wants something better for me, bigger for me, and it's not even just better and bigger. It's real versus not real. It's real comfort versus just not comfort. It's real solutions versus not a solution. And that he's providing reality for me if I don't lie to myself. And he's providing, you know, when they talk about, you know, he talks about at the well, I provide living water. Well, yeah, that woman is still going to need to drink a glass of water. She's going to get dehydrated. But he's talking about real, listen, you actually don't have to be thirsty. The things that you're drinking in, taking in right now aren't satisfying your thirst. And for me, that applies spiritually and physically, of course, and then sometimes it's both, especially if I try to use food to solve a spiritual problem. So I wanted to drop that today and encourage you by telling you you're going to have a lot of trouble, and you're lying to yourself if you think you're not. But there's not a destination. There isn't a thing, a time when that's it and you're done, until you're done and they lay you in the grave. Until then, there's no there. There's only every day. But that means every day can be beautiful. That means you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to get somewhere before you can celebrate. You don't have to wait. It's now. It's now. Victory is now. Victory is every minute. Victory is every minute that Jesus is there for you. Every minute you keep putting your foot in front of the other. Every minute you conquer a bad habit, or every minute you fall down on your bad habit and you fail, and Jesus is there to pick you up, and you learned something, and you know you're loved. You know that we're still on a path. So even in those mistakes, there's just that victory is right there in front of us all the time. It's there all the time. Love is there all the time. Beauty and true comfort and the truth. The truth is there for us all the time. It's not waiting at a finish line. So stop waiting for the finish line. Stop that. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to stop expecting, oh, phew, we're done. That's a myth. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. It's one step at a time. That's all I wanted to share with you today. And I hope it's an encouragement and not a bummer, because it's the truth. And you know what? The truth is beautiful, even when it's hard. Bye, guys. Love you.